Hey everyone. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience in my transition, something that's been on my mind a lot recently. Uh, I've read a lot of threads recently on Reddit about individuals or male to female transsexuals who are just coming to terms with the fact that they're transgendered, and a lot of what you read is just a lot of fear, a lot of people scared about what their future holds or how they're going to be able to maybe handle their transition or not handle their transition. And there was a point that keeps coming up in my head that I wanted to talk about a little bit that I didn't realize before I started transition, and I don't think a lot of other trans people realize either. And that's that the assumptions that you make prior to beginning transition are generally wrong, and the assumption that you will be the same person handling all of those things throughout your transition is 100% completely wrong. The fact of the matter is that as you transition, you as an individual will change extensively. And the person who's handling the challenges later on down the road won't be the person who was handling the challenges at the beginning of the road. And that's really important to realize because it makes it much less daunting. It means that you don't have to have the bravery or all of the tool set necessary to meet the more difficult aspects of transition to start transition. All you really need to do to start transition is to know that you're a transsexual and be brave enough to listen to your heart and to take the first little baby steps. Um, what kept me in the closet for so long and not moving for so long and coming up with excuses like some of my other videos have mentioned, it was always fear. It was always just completely fear. Uh, it wasn't really circumstantial things. It wasn't interpersonal things. It was that I was too scared to admit to other people the truth about who I was and how I felt inside. And when I finally began to let go of that and be honest, I began to change in really fundamental ways that affect how I approach almost every aspect of my life. But the biggest way is that it helps me to overcome this overwhelming sense of fear that kind of permeated my whole life in a lot of ways. Um, just this feeling that I wasn't up to the challenge of life because I couldn't address the one thing I wanted to address most of all. So just remember, if you're starting your transition or you're thinking about starting your transition, you don't need to know for certain that you can complete it. It will seem daunting, it will seem incredibly scary, and it is a lot of times, but if you take baby steps and you challenge yourself with one little thing at a time, you'll look back and you'll notice that your personality is fundamentally changed. You've become a stronger person, sometimes without even realizing it. And the challenges that seemed impossible at the beginning start to seem not so bad. So hopefully you guys can keep that in mind and maybe internalize it, because I sure didn't, but it would have been helpful, especially initially. So thanks guys, bye.